everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. For today's video, I just have another health update for you guys, and originally I was going to have these be separate videos because one is about my visit to the endocrinologist back in July, and the other is two separate eye appointments when I went to see the specialist back in August. However, a lot of my tumor-related videos are pretty much combined from various appointments, so I figured I would keep that going and just combine these together so you can see them all now. For those of you who don't know, I was diagnosed with a more than likely benign brain tumor back in December called a pituitary adenoma, and I have been documenting that entire journey here on my channel and will leave the playlist for it linked down below. So I have gone ahead and filmed a ton of clips related to all these appointments that I will go ahead and start rolling now. So first up, on July 25th, I finally got in to see the endocrinologist, and if you guys didn't know, endocrinologists specialize in pituitary tumors because the pituitary gland is an endocrine gland, and that appointment was super overwhelming, and after I got back from the appointment, I did go ahead and film some clips, so I will go ahead and roll those here. My appointment today went really well, but it definitely was super overwhelming. My appointment took over an hour, and I absolutely love the provider I was given. She is super thorough with everything. She knows what she's talking about, and she actually listened to everything that I had to say. And I'm sure in this video I won't get into absolutely everything we went over, but I am going to try to hit the big key points. The first thing is that when I was first diagnosed, the only hormone level they really checked was my prolactin levels, which were high, which is how they knew I most likely had the pituitary tumor. And what they didn't do is test for all the other hormones that the pituitary gland is responsible for, because it is responsible for a ton. So the endocrinologist is having me do a ton of blood work, and something else I also have to do is a 24-hour urine collection, which I am not looking forward to in any way, shape, or form. So for my urine, they will be testing the levels of chloride, cortisol, creatinine, potassium, sodium, and urea nitrogen, which are just common things that they test in your urine. And then for my blood work, they will be testing my adrenocorticotropic hormone. They will be checking my cortisol, estrogen, follicle stimulating hormone, insulin growth factor, luteinizing hormone, prolactin, thyroxine-free, TSH, and a few other random things. Something else is that my cabergoline dosage is actually being bumped back to just half a tablet once a week, and she actually wants me to start taking it at night to see if I have less side effects. So I am going to be starting that next week because I already did take my dosage for this week. Other than that, the appointment went really well. I'm so glad I finally got in to see the endocrinologist, and I go back for my 3-month follow-up on November 6th. Next up, on August 4th, I went and saw an ophthalmologist, which is different from an optometrist, which is who I have been seeing, and I had my eyes dilated for the first time, and at that appointment I found out I was going to be needing to see another eye specialist, which we kind of knew was probably going to happen. So I'll go ahead and roll those clips from that appointment. So today is Friday, August 4th, and I actually just left the eye specialist, and I figured I would come on here and do a little eye update. And overall, it was a really good appointment. As you guys can see from my eyes, I got them dilated. They are still pretty huge. It was definitely an experience I've never had before. I've never had my eyes dilated, which the ophthalmologist was actually really surprised about and said that I should be having my eyes dilated to check everything. So I had my eyes dilated and checked. She said overall they look good. There are a few differences in, I want to say, my optic nerve between each side, but she said that some people just have that, and that internally everything looks pretty good. However, they are going to be having me see another eye specialist that is in the same exact office, so I will be going and seeing her 2 weeks from today, which is nice, and I will be having more testing done. If you guys have seen any of my tumor related videos, then you've probably heard me talk about visual field testing, and at this office their visual field testing is done differently than at my previous office, so I'm really interested to see how they do the visual field testing and see how it differs. Another thing I wanted to bring up is that if you saw my last tumor related vlog, then you guys know that I did get new glasses. However, I have gotten a new pair of glasses since then because my prescription changed again. If you have seen any of my videos where I mention my glasses, these are literally the exact same glasses as those, except instead of being the clear purple, they're just 100% clear. This is what they look like on. They're from Firmu. Firmu is where I order all my glasses, but that is where I'm at right now. When I did go to my regular optometrist, and in my last tumor vlog, I did mention that after seeing this eye specialist, there was a possibility of me needing to go down to Tufts, and the specialist that I saw today said that is not likely going to be the case because there is a comprehensive comprehensive ophthalmologist up here, which is the doctor that I'm seeing in 2 weeks, and she believes that she can handle absolutely everything here, which is great because it means I don't have to go out of state. I was super nervous about getting my eyes dilated because I've never had them dilated before, and it definitely was not worth getting nervous for. It was super easy. The tech had me lay my head back and she put in some numbing drops and then followed that up with the dilation drops. I also had to get these weird yellow drops in my eye because when she first took my pressure, it was super high, and she said sometimes you can get a false reading, but that when she put the yellow liquid eye drops in my eye, she was able to go in with a different machine and look and see that my pressure was pretty good. My eyes are definitely starting to undilate, which is nice. When they first did it, I literally felt like I had like bubble gum under my eyelids. It was a very strange feeling. And then exactly 2 weeks later, on August 18th, I was able to get in with the comprehensive ophthalmologist, which is the second eye specialist, and it is the fastest I've ever gotten in with a specialist. And I did more visual field testing, which went over pretty good, and I am so happy with this doctor. She is incredible, and I'm actually having all of my eye care switched over to her, which is really nice, and I will be going back to see her for my 3-month follow-up on November 22nd. So now getting into today's appointment, there was a lot of information thrown at me, and basically we have all come to the conclusion that the eye doctor I was seeing was not giving me adequate and proper eye care. And what I mean by that is the first doctor he referred me to that I first saw was actually someone who specializes in cataracts, and it wasn't told to me until today that no one could figure out why I was referred to her and why I wasn't referred to the doctor I saw today in the first place. And so at that first appointment, I had my eyes dilated for the first time, which everyone was shocked about. The tech literally was like, I'm sure you've done this before, I'm sure you know what to expect, so I'm just gonna go ahead and numb your eyes and then put the dilation drops in. And I literally was like, I've literally never had this done before. I've been in glasses for probably 8 years now, and I've never had my eyes dilated. I had more visual field testing, and I in fact still cannot see out of the outer right portion of my eye. However, this visual field testing was way smoother than the one that I've been doing at my other eye doctor. It's not like my previous one where it listed how many I did get out of 120 and how many I missed. This one showed more of percentages. I'll go ahead and show the images right here, and that way you guys can see. Obviously all the black is stuff I cannot see. My left eye is perfectly healthy, and so after I had that done, I went out to the waiting room again and waited and saw the eye doctor. She was running about an hour behind. I can say that it was worth having to wait that extra hour in order to see her, and even though she was late, she was so thorough with my appointment. She did not rush it. She knew my entire chart, and so basically I had my eyes dilated again. She went through and checked them. It took her probably 20 minutes in total to check my eyes, which is like the most time anyone has ever spent checking them. And then we talked more about why I can't see. And so basically what she said is on my MRI and in the report, it shows and says that the tumor I had was sitting at an angle, which is why I cannot see. And she was very honest with me when I asked, is this something that's just gonna take time to come back or what? And her answer for that is that it could just be something that takes time for my eyesight to come back, but she also said that there is a chance that my eyesight might never come back and that there may be permanent damage. She set me up to see her again in 3 months, and we'll go more into depth then about everything. This was just an initial visit, and I will be doing more visual field testing, but if my eyesight gets any worse in between now and then, she does want me to call so that I can get in to be seen. So the plan right now is to just have a follow-up in November. I am super glad all of my eye care, even just my yearly exams, are being transferred over to this new office, which makes me feel super good. And I actually think the rest of my family is going to try to transfer over to this office too, because we have all been seeing the same person, and obviously with how my eye treatment has been going, it's probably time to find a new eye doctor for everyone. So I think that's what we are going to be doing. And then lastly, I did go see my PCP on September 1st because I've been having a lot of headaches, and the endocrinologist says they are completely unrelated to the tumor and the medication and everything like that, which is what we thought they were related to. So I did go see my PCP, and it's basically come down to that they're just headaches, and also most likely from lack of sleep. I have not slept through of the night since September of 2009 before I had a head injury. I don't sleep well at night, and my sleep stretches are literally like an hour to 2 hours, if that. So I am trying some newer sleep meds. I also did go ahead and switch my anxiety meds and a bunch of other stuff just to see if that helps, and I go back in 4 weeks to see my PCP again, and if my headaches are not gone by then, we are going to do either testing or try out some medications to see if that helps. So those are just the clips from my most recent appointments. If you guys have missed any of my past tumor videos, like I said in the beginning, I will have the playlist linked down below for you guys. While you guys are done there, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, I upload new content regularly and would love it if you'd become part of our little family. Also be sure to hit the bell so that you are in fact notified every time I do upload a new video. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!